50.
Okay. You still can. We're only on 42.
No, yeah, but I didn't want you to even think about what number we were on.
Oh,
I wanted
okay.
to stop telling you what number we were
Well,
on.
I know, though, because I post them. And I have to put the number in it.
Let me dream.
Well, I'll tell you, your strength is shared when you are present for others.
Oh, well, see, I'm trying to be present for you.
That's my T quote.
You're an other.
That's my
I love
T
the T quotes. Will you like to read me your T quotes?
Yeah.
And I feel inspired
I like to share.
with others.
Yeah, exactly. Why
No.
keep it to myself?
Yeah.
When it's so
what is,
inspiring, such as this.
Tonight's episode is dedicated to, what's the brand?
Yogi.
All right, tonight's episode dedicated to.
Which I will say,
Yogi brand tea.
I've been drinking another brand. I can't remember because I've been drinking the peppermint tea.
Right.
But I ran out. So back to Yogi, the throat comfort, I think it is. And it has just very generic tea bag quotes. The peppermint one has quotes by authors.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
A lot. Yeah, that's why I kept saying, "Oh, it's Emily Dickinson
Saying,
again."
Oh. I thought you were saying that you knew that quote was
No,
from an
no,
author.
it has the name on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got like the three of the exact same one
Yeah.
in the same box, all Emily Dickinson, and it was like,
Which is absurd.
what was it like? Beauty is not something.
Can't even remember now.
It
It's-
is.
Yeah, beauty is not.
It's almost like beauty is
Wanted.
not. It
It
is.
is. Yeah, the grammar was terrible.
It was, well,
I was
you
like,
know.
to be from a famous author, come on.
Yeah, but I mean, poet at that.
Right.
So, I'm sure it's taken out of context as well and put
Correct.
on a fucking tea bag. So.
Yeah, but point of my story was, I didn't want you to know what episode it was. So then at episode 50, we could do something special.
All right.
But now that you know, now that the cat's out of the bag,
I literally don't know a thing.
what should we do for episode 50?
I'll have to think about it. Come
Yeah.
back and I've said 50. We've got, what, 9 more to go, including
We should
this
do
one?
it strapped to a rocket. Or...
Oh my God, no, Matthew. We were just talking about trying to do it on
On
a
a
walk,
walk,
and I was
that's what-
worried about the wind.
That's what I was going to get to, is like, no.
Nope, I think the safety of home with my tea.
You like to pod how I like to run on a treadmill,
What do you mean?
where I want complete control of the circumstances,
Oh,
the
yes,
situation.
exactly.
I hate running outside.
Yes, that's very true.
Everything about it seems awful to me.
Yeah.
But I can run forever on a treadmill. Feels great.
Oh, God.
Complete control, consistency.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
I just can't get out of the mental space of just the nothingness.
See,
Although yesterday we ran. Well, it was funny because I got up every morning. It's a running morning. I'm like, today is the day we're not running.
which is every other morning.
No, it's every morning. Oh, that we run. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
When is a running morning?
Every other morning. Yes,
yeah.
but meaning that I get up and I'm like, oh God, I really don't want to do this.
Yeah.
But then I read, I have a little coffee, and I'm pretty much good to
Mm-hmm.
go. But yesterday morning was especially a morning where I was like,
It was rough for
I was
me
like,
too.
I'm gonna push it, but it's not gonna be fun. And then we got to the gym, and I got on a treadmill that wasn't working. So I was like, okay, well,
Classic.
I'll move over to this other one where it was up against a kind of like a column or like a kind of quarter wall in the center of the gym. So I'm like, great, I get the one that stares at the wall. Fantastic. Open up my pods case. There's
pods.
only one pod in there. And I thought it was all completely dead. So I was like, well, I guess I'm just raw dogging this one. But thankfully there's TVs on the treadmill.
Right.
And I turned on CNBC, which we watch every single morning. And I really do enjoy. But similarly to why I cannot do audiobooks, really, I'm just not podcasts are a little bit different, but I do not absorb audiobly, whatever.
Yeah.
But yesterday on the treadmill, I had to put the closed captioning on. And so I just read the closed captioning the whole time I was on the treadmill. I retained everything. I absorbed it. I was like super into it.
I feel like
But
this
so
is pretty
often
valid because a lot of times something will be on the TV.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll be cooking and I'm like, oh my God, did you hear that or something?
No,
And you're-
granted.
And you're like, no.
In those moments, I'm
Looking
always
at the computer.
focusing on something else. But still, I would agree. I mean, you're also focusing on something else, and you hear it,
Yes.
and you retain it, whereas it is just not even happening.
My
in
dream
world.
would be looking at a wall. I hate running on a treadmill. I hate running on a treadmill and someone's across from me or something.
Well, yeah, that's
they're
the
on a bike.
worst.
They're on a bike or on the
You
stair
keep
machine.
accidentally locking eyes.
And I'm like, no,
and
actually, I would prefer the column.
go to the column every time. Then it's almost
99.9%
always
of the
open because
time.
no one wants to run in front of a fucking
Well,
blank wall
there's
except
a
you.
rule. Do you know the rules about using a urinal?
Just never go directly next to somebody.
Exactly. So there's people make like video games about it and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
what is the strategic way to use the urinal?
Yeah.
You never use it next to someone else. The treadmill's the same way.
That checks out. You do the same thing with a stall too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little less obvious, but
But yeah, you're not supposed to use the one next to the person.
yeah.
And what I try to do is if we go into the gym and the furthest one is open, then I
Yeah.
start at the furthest one.
Yeah.
So then people can sort of, fill in accordingly.
Understood.
But I'll just start going for the pole. Because
You should.
I don't want anything across from me. I want to
I do agree
my
that
book. I wanna put my
the
book
way
in.
it's set up, and they have a lot of the stationary bikes. Just they are a little bit staggered, but not
slightly.
enough.
Yeah.
And the ones where they sit up high on the bikes, you're just
Yeah.
right there, eye to eye, and it's So there were some men in there. I guess this was also yesterday, and no. This must have been on Friday.
Yapping really loud.
Yes.
It is a little distracting.
It's distracting, and they didn't do it for too long.
No.
But like they went over and made pleasantries, and it was fine. I feel like someone's son was there, and he was being introduced.
He was showing off the
He was
sun.
showing off the
This is
sun.
a very first world problem too. It's
Oh,
like,
totally.
oh my God, we were in our perfect gym, and then people were talking.
But that is gym etiquette. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Well, especially when you're talking across the room at this
Right,
point.
right. They were
It's
yelling
like,
across the
when
room.
they were just standing next to the one guy who was on the machine, I think he was on like a stair stepper
Yeah.
or something, that was fine. But then they started having conversation
Crosstalk.
across the gym, and I was like, if it had gone on any longer, I was about to say
Well, it
something.
kept distracting me. I had to pause my book as well, like while I'm still running, and I had to be like, okay, like, what's going on? Okay, never mind. I'm not involved. I don't need to know. But just like I was like, what is happening? Yeah.
It's just really annoying. But yeah.
I'm glad that's like some of our biggest problems.
Oh, me too. And I will
That's pretty
say,
cool.
it feels a little bit freeing to not have pods in when you run. Just one less thing to worry about. One less thing
Hey.
on your body. That,
Well, that's another reason I can't run outside, because for some reason, when I run on the street, on the trails, my pods won't stay in at all.
That
I don't
is
know if
bizarre.
I'm like too aggressive or stomp harder.
Yeah, I mean, harder surface.
Yeah. But it drives me nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. Well, yes, I prefer to podcast as well in a controlled environment.
Crux of the story is we both have our things we like.
Yeah. I think it's good to know what you like.
Yeah.
And I feel like as I've entered, I don't know, I guess my 30s or just this stage in life, I'm so much more comfortable saying
Right.
what I want, what I need, what I like, not put, I just feel like my entire teenage and 20-something year life, I always found myself in places or in positions where I was uncomfortable and I just wanted to go, but for whatever reason I couldn't. And I was like, I had the power to avoid this, but for whatever reason I let somebody guide me down a
Right.
path or do nothing bad, but just moments where it was like, I didn't want to go out tonight or I didn't want to do this thing. And if I had just said no, I wouldn't be doing this right
Yeah.
now. Moments where like, I will argue that a lot of times people don't want to do things and just getting out and doing it is a net benefit. You
Right.
do feel better afterwards. You do, and these are not those moments. These are those moments where it's like, we didn't need to do anything, but now we're here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so very much knowing when, and really listening to myself, knowing when it is the right time to say what I do or do not want to do, and when I'm just being a baby about something. And I think I don't want to do it, but it'll be fine.
Yeah, I think I hear you loud and clear, and I think it's, if you've had an experience enough to know better,
Yeah.
then you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But there is a difference when it's like, oh, there's a show or an event or a tasting or a bar opening, or there's a thing that you have not experienced,
Yeah.
that you haven't done yet, and you just don't want to do it because you're comfortable.
Yeah.
You
right.
know? And then that's when you push outside of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
If it's in your comfort zone, you should push out of it. If it's in your knowledge zone, you should accept saying no. And I think that's part of growing up and being more of an adult is being like, listen, I've done that 5 times, all 5
I
times.
know that I don't need to do
really need
it.
to-
Yeah.
I don't need to do Molly and go to this fucking underground club right now. Like,
That's your example. I was going to say I don't need to go to like a big blockbuster action movie.
right, which I enjoy.
I know, which is why I don't go with you.
Yeah, which is something I enjoy. But yeah,
But I
like,
kind of love now that I know, like, I don't need to go with you to that.
yeah, I'm gonna do it with my boys.
You're going
and
to do it with your guys,
yeah.
and I'm going to have a little evening to myself.
Which
and
is
I'm
totally
so
great,
excited.
yeah.
Yeah.
And why do I like to do it? Less about the movie.
More about the hang.
Oh yeah, it's like, all right, we're gonna meet up. We're gonna eat some fried food.
Yeah,
we're
another
gonna
thing I don't really like
crush
to
some
do.
beers
Yeah.
and then feel awful. We're gonna watch some shit blow up.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting more and more like that about horror movies.
Well, which I invited you next weekend.
I know,
Yeah.
and I'm because I'm still on the cusp of just not doing horror movies anymore because I still
Well, it
do
depends, like-
I mean, I like the thrill a little bit.
There's the thrill. It's also like horror is one of the last genres that can really push filmmaking.
But I was going to say the artistry of a
And
horror
so, like,
movie is
And
pretty amazing.
I really think a lot of modern, and it's like, well, what is horror? I mean, we just watched If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You.
Yeah.
And that was like borderline horror almost.
pretty, but
Suspense, thriller.
I mean, the psychological
Right.
aspect of it is what really.
But there were moments when it was
gets
like,
ya.
well, this is pretty creepy.
Yeah.
You know, like this is fascinating.
Yeah.
And any of the Eggers, right, movies, like, you know, starting with The Witch. But like also, well, fuck, what was the really good one with
Hereditary.
Hereditary? I was
Yep.
trying to remember.
Yep.
that. I was trying to name the actors and the director.
Tony Collette.
Tony Collette. I was
Yeah.
like trying to, but I was thinking the miniature house and,
Oh, yeah.
and how that worked in that film, but it was also like mind-blowing filmmaking.
Yeah.
But you,
See, I know, and that's why. Well, I mean, let's be honest. Anything A24 puts out is pretty
Pretty
fantastic,
banging.
and the movie
Yeah.
y'all are going to see is an A24.
Yeah.
So I might come.
I think it's gonna be cool.
I might come.
It's a film based on like a Twitch.
What's it called?
streamer-
Backrooms?
Backrooms.
Yeah,
Backrooms. Which
Backrooms.
but I'm saying this, if I bet our 5 listeners are all like screaming right now, like it's a huge thing. This is a gigantic thing.
The
like
movie
online
or what people
no,
are
the
doing?
online entity. So
What is it? I don't understand.
so it's based on a video game basically.
okay.
But it's a video
a
game.
real life video game. Well, a video game that people in real life are playing
I
currently.
believe so.
Okay.
That basically this kid who's only like 20, well 20 now, created when he was like 16 or something.
Okay.
And he's 20 and he's the director of this movie and it's the
Okay.
highest grossing movie in America right now.
Okay.
It just crushed the Star Wars
It's not
movie.
telling me at all what it's about.
I think it's literally like there's a defunct mall or store or something and a guy goes to investigate maybe a disappearance and there's a back room that just keeps going
Oh, okay.
and keeps going. And so it's
Okay.
almost like an abyss type situation. I think things happen and he like tries to like tell other people and they get involved in this investigating this thing.
Okay.
But I believe it's all based on a video game or
Okay.
a Twitch streamer creating this thing. And
Interesting.
so if you were chronically online in that capacity,
Yeah, probably.
like
I'll
I bet
check,
I have a young artist who's working at my studio right now.
Right.
And I bet that they would be like, what the fuck? Because they're into like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
Or like all
Okay.
of that content. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess
So
we'll
it's a
go.
pop culture phenomenon.
Right, right. Well, you know, we're to that point now where just
Well,
can't
but-
keep up.
But also, video games, you know, the new Grand Theft Auto's about to come out finally after delay.
Yeah.
It's like 5 years of delay.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, a $500 million of budget, like
Yeah.
a $500 million film, like a Marvel film or
You know,
something.
it's funny. I was reading my book this morning, and you know, I think it came out in like 2019, and it jumps back and forth between some timelines. But I was reading it, and for the most part, I actually was pretty aware of everything that sort of pop culturally this author is writing about. Which just made me think like either, I mean, I don't know how old she is. She's probably a click older than we are, but still very in tune with like, okay, what were things, you know, what were things like in the 90s that, you know, I remember as being a
Right.
kid, and some of the characters were kids in the 90s. So she's tapping into that. She's also tapping into, you know, the parents' experience in the 70s and 80s and the 90s, and now in the 2010s and
yeah.
I don't think, obviously not get to the 2020s, but the one thing that I was reading about today that I was like, well, shit, this is actually the one thing I don't really know these context clues or the references. Video games. Because I didn't play.
Yeah.
She has a character, or two characters playing video games, and they're saying certain things like, "Oh, you did that, blah," or we did that," and I was like, I don't know what that means because I never played video games, but so many people did. So many people do.
Huge part of culture.
So I was like, that was, like I said, the only thing in the book so far. I was like, I don't understand this.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah, I think you became a nerd, in guitar or, other things that you found passion behind that consumed your time. Same for me, like I would have gone down a video game path.
Yeah.
But I stopped at Final Fantasy VII because I got a guitar.
Right.
There's like a clear time when it's like I'm 12, 13 and I could have kept playing video games.
Yeah.
But I got a guitar. And that's like shifted my focus.
Video games were not that big. Maybe it was, and I'm sure there were people playing them all around me. And I do remember being at like...
They were big.
Well, I know that. I think it was a common, I'm sure
It's your parents.
No, I was actually going to say where I grew up and the music for sure.
Right.
And just the people that I ended up hanging out with.
You also weren't a boy.
I wasn't a boy, but I was hanging out with a lot of boys. And I'm sure they were playing video games when they went home.
Oh, they were definitely
But
playing
after
games.
school, we were biking around.
I mean,
and
what I'll say is it was a little boy thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually something that like in video game culture, they're trying to shift, obviously.
Yeah.
They're trying to gear more and more. And this is when you hear in STEM and research and engineering.
Yeah.
Why is it almost like 99% boys go into coding and mathematics?
because it's like playing an adult video game.
And it's because
the
they
same
started
type
playing,
of focus,
they
same
started
skill
playing
sets,
video games.
yeah.
And most little girls did not play video games.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. You were one of 3 little girls.
Totally. Absolutely. But I'm just saying, I don't even remember that being a huge thing. I mean, I had a big friends group that was actually more guys than girls, and we were out rollerblading, and we were out, I don't know, we were just always out doing things. And like I said, I'm sure a bunch of these guys went home, and before they went to bed, they played video games.
Yeah.
But they weren't doing it all afternoon. I never had to pry a friend away from the video game. The only things we would end up doing was like Guitar Hero or Rock Band.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'm sure, like I said, that was just my friends group.
It's your perception about it.
It's how, yeah. So I was just never around it. It was never
Yeah.
a thing. Didn't they say that they're really pushing like kids who game into trying to get them to become air traffic controllers?
Oh, 100%.
Because of
Yeah.
just like the insane overlap with the skill set.
Well, a lot of it is.
And a lot of it is like the peripheral vision that they end up having and using and can kind of like read multiple areas of the screen at the same
The
time.
periphery, I thought what I had seen was your response time.
I'm sure.
That's why
yeah.
you age out. Like at 55, you
Yeah.
can't do it anymore. Like they make you basically stop. You have to. It's not forced
like-
retirement, but it's like you can move on to another thing, but you can no longer be an air traffic
Yeah,
controller.
it's like 18 to 55.
Because
like
you
that.
need-
That's the longest possible
You need the
career
response
you could
time
have.
to do it. Yeah. No, absolutely. But also now, drone pilots, Space Force, like
Yeah.
they're like, yo, do you like video games? Well,
Come do this
and
shit.
they're using video game tech. Like if you go in to be a drone pilot, well, you're hyper familiar with the controllers.
Exactly.
They're very, very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool.
It's
I mean,
interesting.
I feel like video games has been shit on for so long.
But no longer.
as-
I think as soon as people started making money, and that's
Well, making money and also, once again, the artistry.
Right.
The strategy
Well, it's
and the
this-
layers of these games.
the artistry is right. What people lock onto now, the storytelling.
The
right?
storytelling, exactly.
It's that you can imagine. You like Lord of the Rings. Imagine if you were in it.
Yeah.
And that's what Baldur's Gate and all of these. There's these games that are basically Dungeons and Dragons, but in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's an expansive universe that never ends. But also like Red Dead Redemption. Like, do you just want to be in Westworld?
Is that what that is?
Yeah. Do
Okay.
you just want to like be in the Wild West? You could be good or bad. You
Yeah.
could do whatever you want, and you can then do missions based upon like, do you want to rob the stagecoach or do you want to save it?
Right.
and-
Right.
but then it's like so immersive and so realistic, and the
Yeah.
music is so good, and you're just like, yeah, I could.
Yeah.
I could waste all of my
The
time.
teams behind these games has got to just be
I think
insane.
one of my funniest video game factoids is that Max Verstappen,
Yeah.
who is, well, he did not win last season, but he's 3-time world champion, arguably one of the greatest drivers of all time,
Formula One.
Formula One. He still is at the top of Formula One,
Yeah.
and he's the number 2 ranked video game F1
Like,
driver in the world.
Esport
F1
F1
driver in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, he just sits there on the sim all day long.
But then it's like, well, those skills clearly
yeah.
translate.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That the game is so realistic that one of the greatest drivers crushes the game, you know. And he has joked, if I weren't driving cars, I would have more time to be better.
Better at the
game.
esport. Yeah. Well, cool. It'll be interesting to see where it goes. Obviously, going to go even more heavily, I would imagine, into the VR world.
Ohio State launched the Esport League, and you can get scholarships
Yeah.
for esport, and I'm assuming, I bet NIL, I bet you can get money to play esports at Ohio State University right now.
Wow. Now, do you think training for an esport is just a matter of playing the game?
Part of it, but
Like, is there exterior
you know,
training?
like, you cannot be basement dweller, super unfit, and have top of the line response time
Yeah.
and stamina.
Yeah.
You know, so actually a lot of esporters have started
Working out?
worrying about wellness.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think no longer is the age of just like,
Slovenly.
if you're serious about it, like fucking anything, you got to get your shit together. It's going to be a matter
Well,
of
healthy
like,
body, healthy brain.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you thinking clearly? Are you
Yeah.
able to like strategize? You know, the more complex the problem, can you figure it
Yeah.
out? Who's the fastest? Well, you need good diet, and you need exercise, you need sleep, and you need these things. Like, you have to be like all around fit
Yeah.
to crush an esport.
That totally makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. There is nothing better than when your brain feels good.
Ugh,
It's
yeah,
the fucking
I
best.
agree.
And when it doesn't,
Meh.
Meh.
Malfunction.
malfunction.
Well, how was your day?
Pretty good brain day.
Pretty good
I
break?
would say, yeah.
You started with a meeting early.
Oh yeah, I had a lovely little meeting. Well, so, it was a social media strategy meeting with the bakery and just figuring out, I'm just actually talking to someone, for, I don't know, 10 years since I've been working there. I've been sort of, not actually the past 10 years, but for years now, I've been trying to help with some of the social
Right.
media stuff and have always claimed to not be a social media person. In fact, I really, really am not. It's not that I don't like social media, because I think there are so many amazing things about it. But I have never had the time or really much the desire to learn about it and to learn what it takes to do a lot of these campaigns.
Yeah.
Exactly. So anyway, there's a girl that's working at the Cincinnati location, and she I think went to school for it, has done it for a handful of companies, and is likely going to help us out. And it was just kind of fun to have this meeting. It was with her and with the owner, and listening to what she had to say, a lot of which I did know, just because if you're doing it in any
Right.
capacity, you know these things.
Which we're doing stuff for our brands all the time.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But also to just get kind of hyped up about, all right, really intentionally making content, and what does that mean, and how do you schedule it out, and what are you focusing on, and how are you building it, and does the content fall into that, and all this stuff. And to be honest, got me kind of hyped up about maybe doing some of that stuff for ourselves.
us, yeah.
The problem is finding the time to do it.
Right.
And that was the biggest thing with, the owner of the bakery. She was like, okay, so I know that I can devote these days and this time to doing it. Do you think we can make it work
Yeah.
within those parameters? Because everyone's fucking busy.
Right.
Which has become my least favorite thing to say. It's like,
Same.
it's just as bad as talking about the weather in my mind. But God damn it, it's just the truth.
Yeah.
And but I think it's a matter of, okay, well, if this is going to be something that you want as part of your business, well, now you have to carve it out.
Yeah.
Now you have to make sure that it's getting done and build it into the routine. Just make it something. So I actually got pretty inspired by the meeting this
Good.
morning. So that was really fun. And then Yeah, just kind of a nice normal day at the tattoo supply store. Sold some supplies, and yeah, I'm trying to think of anything, if I really learned anything today. It was just kind of I don't know. I felt like brain was stimulated, body felt well rested. Okay, I don't know. Good day.
I think I'll riff off of the social media thing. That something that has been exhausting for me recently is dealing with artists. Even a meeting I had last night where it's like completely different from tattooing, but where it's a matter of, well, okay, do you want to sell your product? Then you have to like find your audience, and then you have to like pitch it to them, and you have to like put it in front of them, and it's, if you're not willing to even try to put in any legwork, then no one will see it. If a tree falls in the woods and no one's around, it doesn't make a sound. So if you tell me I'm not busy, or I can't get attention, or I can't make any sales, but you're not willing to post once a day,
Right.
then I don't think you actually want to make a sale.
Right. Right.
The threshold is very, very low.
Yeah.
The competition is very, very low. It looks like there's a lot going on because there's, 2 billion people on Facebook.
Yeah, something insane.
So it's a lot of people. So of course it looks like there's a lot of content. But in your sector, in your demographic, in your town, it's a much smaller amount of people who are actually doing anything at all.
Yeah.
But you can't just be like, I'm tired and I don't have time,
Right.
and then not do anything, and then think,
But still want it.
but still
and
want
then,
it,
And then and
complain about it, and
Yes.
complain that it's not happening.
Right.
And it is like, if you're putting in the work and you keep grinding every day and nothing is happening, I understand how frustrating that is as well.
Yeah. Yeah. But you at least know that you're
But
trying.
you're at least trying. And the worst thing you can do, the last thing, I had this like sort of meeting last night about creating a new product, and I was like, you need to go ahead and you need to do it, because the worst thing will be regret later on.
Oh yeah.
To be like, oh, I had this idea or this concept, but I just didn't do it.
Is there anything you regret not doing?
Well, not that I regret not doing.
If you had an opportunity and you
I love-
and you know that you like turned it down, or you
No, there's not really opportunity, because I say yes.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
see.
as a kid or as really anything in your life where you were like, you know what, I probably should have done that or stuck that one out, or
The main thing that what I come back to often is I should have taken control.
Okay.
It's never that I should not have, or I have any regrets about not taking an opportunity. It's that a lot of opportunities happened around me, and I was involved in a lot of interesting projects, but I thought other people knew what they were doing.
Yep.
And then now in retrospect, I realize, why did I think they knew more than I did?
Yeah.
And people come in with confidence, and you're like, okay, well, hey, they're telling me they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But now I would never do that again.
Yeah.
Now in retrospect, I'm like, oh, actually, I would have just, and what I have learned, almost always the projects that I take control over and I do myself have a higher rate of success
Yeah.
than any time I've done a
Or
project.
even just being finished.
Oh, even the follow through for it.
Yeah.
So many times build outs on other businesses, or things coming to fruition.
Just in physical projects. Just
Everything.
anything. Yeah.
I have to take over and just finish it, or else it doesn't get done.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing that I've learned is like, oh, I don't think I've ever said no to any opportunity,
Yeah.
basically ever.
Cool.
I say yes to every project, which is why I have a mountain of failures.
Yeah.
This is what I'll do for the clip this time. I'll list every project I've ever had
Right.
that did,
Yeah,
starting
yeah.
with Shigulis or whatever, where it's just
Yeah.
like, here's a thing I've spent all of this time and effort on, but what I did not do is take the reins and push it to the finish line, because I was waiting on other people to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And instead I should have just done it myself,
Yeah.
which is the opposite of what people say you should do when you own a business.
Yeah.
You should delegate.
Yeah.
But I-
Exactly.
But I understand why owners are so,
Yeah. I totally get it.
they're so uninclined to give control over to anybody else.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't want to do ever.
just even turning over our general twice a week cleaning.
Was crazy.
I
Well, we still
I'm getting
kind of,
so much better, but I mean, I have my own standards that really only I am even aware of. I mean, and I thought I sort of explained them, and it's getting done completely fine.
Yeah.
Anytime someone walks into Parlor Suites, they're like, "It's the cleanest place I've ever been," and I'm like, "But that dust
right.
on the thing over
Yeah,
there."
yeah.
Anyway, I've really had to shift my mindset and just be like, it's okay. You know what? The things that need to be really cleaned are really cleaned.
Yeah. The toilets look great.
The toilets look amazing. The sinks look amazing. Things are restocked. And sometimes I just grab the duster myself and I dust the internet box,
Yeah. Yeah. And I think,
But that has been a shift for me. Like I've had to let go of some of my
Right.
obscene.
and no one is ever going to care about your
No.
baby more than you do.
Of course not.
You know?
I say that in my head almost every time I'm over there. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm the only one that is picking up this dust off the floor because
Yeah.
I'm the only one that noticed it right now.
Every time I walk through, if there's a tiny flake of plastic,
Oh, there's always
or
little.
anything,
There's always little rocks, like gravel rocks,
Anything
that
where
get
people
stuck in
walking
people's
through.
shoes or something. Always the fucking
all
rocks.
I do every time I'm over there, I walk around and I just like putz and pick at things. I can't help it.
Totally. And then I'll even walk into our apartment building
Yeah.
in the lobby. And someone will have spilled an entire latte. And I'm like, oh, someone spilled their latte.
Yeah, whatever. Don't care as much.
I think
Yeah.
the cleaners probably come in a few days. They'll
Yeah.
get it. Like,
Yeah.
that's my
Yeah.
mindset.
But it's our business, so
But
we care
holy
about it.
shit, if that were at Parlor Suites, I would be on my hands and knees cleaning it
Yeah.
up right there, upset that someone didn't clean it up on behalf of themselves.
Right.
Anyway, yeah. How's your day?
Solid. It was a great day. Well, it started out with I ran over to work at the store for a minute,
Yeah, thank you for that.
which I want to do
appreciate it.
more. I love guest spotting at the supply store.
Yeah, it's fun to guest spot at.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would love, 1 or 2 days a week being at the supply store just to yap with artists.
Totally.
To riff
Yeah.
with them on stuff. Like, I love doing that shit.
You're great at it. Yeah. Yeah, you came over and did that.
That was fun. And then, yeah, tattooed one of my favorite clients, some anime shit. It was great. Sprinted back over to visit Louis, who cuts my hair, because he was getting tattooed by one of our artists, which was
That was
really
fun. It was very cool.
And he was getting a hilarious. Are you familiar with Street Sharks?
No idea what that even means.
Street Sharks was a cartoon from the 90s where it was like Ninja Turtles, but sharks.
Okay,
That's the whole thing.
cool.
But it was like important to him as a kid. But the tattoo was great.
Okay, so it was like a childhood show
Yeah.
that he watched.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the tattoo was done really well and really fun to walk over and see a good moment with tattooers at Parlor Suites, crushing it.
Oh, yeah.
And fun.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was good.
That's
Then we
awesome.
made steaks,
Steaks were great.
blasted some steaks on the cast iron. Pretty good.
I know. I mean, it felt like
We
a
could have grilled.
yeah. Which very grateful that we have a grill, but it's on the roof, which is just directly above us.
Correct.
But then you have to take everything up to the roof.
Right.
It's like maybe we need like a little roof carrier, like a caddy or something, where we can just load everything up. Because so often it's like, all right, we put everything on like a baking sheet and carry it, but then that's unsteady
Wobbly and-
but
Roof caddy.
I think
All right.
maybe a roof caddy.
We'll look into it. I guarantee there's a million products that
Speaking of caddies,
the memorial.
it's the memorial tournament
Ah.
this week.
Which-
Columbus's own
50th anniversary.
50th anniversary.
Yeah. Jack Nicklaus.
Sir Jack.
Yeah.
It's fun. I went once.
I've never been. I've never
I
been
know.
at all.
We should go sometime.
I know.
Maybe next year.
Yeah.
I think I've said that for the past like
I
4
think
years.
I get invited every year by somebody, random party. It's just a matter of,
It is a beautiful course.
yeah.
it's really
I've
cool.
never even been out there at all.
It's surprisingly hilly. Yes, you have. You've been to the clubhouse because we
we
went to a wedding there.
But it was rainy.
Yeah, it was
And
supposed
they
to be
had to move it
outside.
all
They had to move it all
inside.
inside, which it's risky with those outdoor weddings. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I would not schedule. I'm trying to think of.
Yeah,
something.
controlled environment.
I'm like, I don't want to schedule anything in an environment where I don't have control because
I'm a pretty firm believer that, well, one, it's your wedding day is fine no matter what, as long
Right,
as you're
of
good
course.
people. But if you're like extra good, you usually get good weather.
hilarious. No, it is. It does famously rain during the Memorial Tournament every year.
Yeah.
And Ohio is the only state in America right now to have 7 days in a row of perfect weather
Yeah.
until.
Like the weekend
of the Memorial. Yeah.
And then we get all the rain.
Yep.
That's okay. That'll be fine. I mean, we'll be in Troy saying Collective Soul.
Hopefully,
so.
yeah. I mean, either way, we're going to Troy.
It's pretty funny to see all these different America 250 events that are happening.
Right.
Because, I mean, obviously they're all over the country and just the different things that people are doing to celebrate. And as we get closer to 4th of July,
It'll ramp
it's
up.
ramping up. But we saw that news story about the flag.
Oh,
It was like
yeah.
the
It's
largest, 2 acres, but it will be flying
Suspended.
Suspended?
Yes, on the 4th of July.
somehow.
They did not.
Do you think I could crane?
No, I think between no, I think they're going to put it between like 2 bridges or something
Oh,
huge. Like
that's
they're going to
cool. So actually suspended, not
Suspended.
just hanging and
It
flying.
has these giant holes cut in it. The first thing there was, so the flag spans almost 2 acres.
Yeah. And is it?
And it weighs, what they
what's
say,
it?
5,000 pounds?
I don't even. Oh, he said a few tons or something.
Yeah,
Maybe he said like 2.5 tons, which would be
5,000
yeah.
pounds. Yeah.
Um,
What's it made out of?
yeah,
I have no idea.
yeah.
But
Like-
it was, I think, I want to say the 1960s was when the first one was made, but then they tried to suspend it and
Might
they
have been the
shredded.
70s,
They
yeah.
said it shredded because
Like almost immediately.
almost immediately. So then they made the second one.
Yeah.
But it's going to be in a major city. We were watching the news story. They did not announce it yet. They may have.
Yeah,
today.
it's
That was
in
over the weekend.
Indiana right now.
Yeah.
Just like on a property.
Yeah,
But
being unfurled.
did they say it? Like, is it happening on 4th of July or?
Yeah,
when?
it'll be up for 4th of July.
Okay, so who knows when it's actually being?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
But they want it to be a thing a spectacle.
Yeah,
where
come and
people
see
come
it.
And see like
Largest
it's the
flag.
biggest flag in the world. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, America.
Gotta
Go big or
big.
go home.
Oh, fuck yes.
Fuck
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, not always. Tiny and small can be very sweet.
Well, yeah, I think America started tiny and small.
Yeah. No, we're showing our
Now became
strength
powerful.
and our grit and our.
Mark Twain liked to say that America started after the Civil War,
Why? Because we were finally united?
which is the end of slavery.
Yeah,
Like
okay,
you could
yeah.
not be a country that
yeah.
could lead the world if
Yeah.
you still had that going on,
I believe it.
So he was like sort of a big champion of, post-Civil War and then America. But then he was like England and imperialism, and he just like hated all of that. He's like, you guys are going backwards
Yeah.
in what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
When you can see how this progressive nation that's creating the light bulb and the phonograph
Yeah.
and the typesetter and doing all the, it's like America's doing all of this innovation and doing all of this because we've eliminated the monarchy and now we've eliminated slavery and we're freeing the people to
Yeah.
be able to like explore science and math and
Yeah.
everything.
I think I heard, someone talking on the news, probably just this morning, and I missed the majority of what they were talking about, but what I gathered was something along the lines of we Americans are starting to kind of, we're just starting to limit ourselves in our freedoms to invent and create for various reasons, whether it's political, whether it's safety, whether it's whatever. But then you have other countries that are doing very similar things without any sort of regulations or without any sort of
course,
control or
yeah.
anything. It's like, what is that actually going to do?
It reminds me the most of why did Christopher Columbus come to the Americas, but China did not?
Why?
So China then in the 1600s and still today have a very strict single government rule that dictates everything that they do. And so even though the Chinese culture, mathematics, everything was ahead of what was really happening in the Western world. If you look back to like the 15 and 1600s, China, they invented gunpowder.
Yeah.
They didn't invent guns. They invented like the trade, industrializing like crops.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They were like crushing it, and they had boats and ships.
Yeah.
They never went to the Americas,
Could have gone anywhere. Yeah.
but they didn't because the emperor didn't want to.
Yeah.
So they were like, we're going to focus on these things, which is still
Yeah.
what they can do to this day. They can hyper-focus their entire people
Yeah.
onto one specific thing.
Yeah.
Christopher Columbus went to 6 different courts to
Yeah.
try and get funding.
Right. Oh yeah.
So he went to different countries.
Yeah.
He's all going all around Europe trying to find someone to pay for his voyage
Yeah.
because he could.
Yeah.
You know, like if he would have been in an organization, in a
Yeah.
government that was like, no, you can't, then he never would have done it. But the fact that he had the freedom
To
to
do
find
that.
funding,
Yeah.
which is the most capitalist fucking shit,
Right,
right?
right,
So
right.
he's looking for a venture
Fund me to go-
capitalist.
yeah,
He's looking for
exactly.
an investor to invest into it. And Spain was finally like, all
Yeah.
right, bro, even though he's Italian, Spain,
Yeah, yeah.
Spain was like, we'll
Yes.
give you the money because we're going to,
Isabel and
we're going to like throw
Yeah.
our coin behind you. Then he was able to go to the Americas. And that obviously you can talk about whatever, that's complicated,
Yeah.
which I understand that 100%. But the Americas would not have been like, quote unquote, discovered if not for sort of capitalism, for the freedom to sort of fund different ventures, you know? And the same thing happened in Middle Eastern with the Moorish society too. It's like, why Middle East invented all of mathematics, you know? They should have been the most advanced society at the time. Why are they not? You know, and sometimes it has to do with like who's in control at the time, who dictates what the people are allowed to do and
Yeah.
explore. And when you limit the freedoms of people, then you stop progress.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Whereas right now what we're doing is, this is the big complaint in California, but regulation all the time. And
Right.
you and I went through the process
Yeah.
of like trying to open a business and get it rezoned.
Right.
Why does it take a year
Right.
for a property that's already zoned commercial
Right. Right.
to then get zoned to do
Well,
it?
to just tag on a couple things.
But it was, I'm still like,
I don't know what changed. to be
still
honest.
confused about what even fucking changed
They
about the
planted
building.
they planted a tree in
But
the
what
parking
did it do?
lot.
It delayed us a year.
Right. Right.
And like, imagine
Yeah.
if you couldn't afford to wait a year.
Right.
If you
Right.
cannot afford to wait a year, well, that business doesn't get made.
Exactly.
And most people can't.
Yeah. We barely could.
We barely could.
Yeah. Also, where would we be today if we had a year more under our belt?
Oh, right. I mean,
I don't know.
it could be good or bad. It's
I'm sure it timed out exactly how it was
I
supposed
know.
to.
I don't like to live in a
You don't wanna coulda,
hypothetical
woulda,
on that-
shoulda,
and that-
but yeah.
Honestly, I mean, that's probably the most, it's funny because I would say both of us lean more liberal on most issues. Honestly, most things that are like civil, societal, social issues. Like we want to be like kind and giving and generous, and we care about people. I would say my most hardcore conservative views are absolutely
Fiscally.
less regulation.
Yeah.
I want so much less. I understand
Take
safety.
care of your fucking self.
I understand safety, and I'm like, come inspect my wiring, and I'll be ADA certified, and I completely understand. Like, I need, you know, X amount of feet between walls, like
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
the fuck that is.
Things that,
But the fact that
to a point, make sense.
the fact that we had to go through 4 rounds
Yeah.
of different, you know, committee meetings to rezone a property, they just said, yeah, it's great. Nobody balked. There was no confusion. There was no questions. There was no pushback. But we still had to wait a year,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is insane.
Yeah.
So less regulation, let people build, let people make things,
Mm-hmm.
and if it's unsafe, during an inspection, let them
Yeah.
know.
Exactly. Like, still have the things in
Yeah.
place to make sure that things are done well, things are done safely, things are done with integrity,
Well, and
things
like,
are done with honesty.
If you put
But,
out
like,
if you put out the code that people have to build to,
then fucking build to it.
then they build to it, and then you
Yeah.
inspect it and check if they built to it, and then it's good to go.
Yeah. But
Why-
all this like preliminary.
And I think maybe if people are listening and they've never gone through this process, we were not allowed to start. Like, we couldn't start demo,
Yeah.
let alone construction,
Yeah.
until we got this approved.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just a year of waiting to open. It was a year of waiting to start the process of them
Of
building it
yeah,
out.
exactly.
You know, it's like, it's one thing to be like, hey, you got to meet all these requirements,
Yeah.
and then you get certified.
Yeah, and maybe it takes a year to do that. That's fine. At
Which
least you're
we
moving
could have been
forward.
doing construction. No,
Yeah.
no. Before you even start. Yeah. Which that seems like it's going to slow down progress, doesn't it? But if you're
Yeah, and that was my whole point
but
to
if you're
this.
in India,
Yeah,
oh, they ain't giving a fuck.
I know.
Which,
Which I don't even think that they're not giving a fuck. I think they're still doing. I think that they're still doing
Right.
the protocols and codes and stuff like that. But you're just allowing people. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's going on in India. My whole point is, I think that there is going to be some stagnation in America.
this is what it makes me think about. Everybody who starts a startup, a company, it's always after the 50th employee that they lose control. And what happens is it's too many people.
Yeah.
And it starts to get like, you can't manage everybody. And all of a sudden, then you have to hire HR. And then there starts to be like other people making decisions, and you have to meet all these requirements, and now everybody has needs. And that's almost always when the founder leaves,
Yeah.
because you can't now move fast.
Yeah.
Because when you were young, like when the company's small, not even young, the company's young, not the person.
Right. Yeah.
When you're loose, you can just make decisions.
Right.
You can be like, hey, we're going to do this. We're going to change this. We're going to overhaul this. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's apply it tonight. We're
Yeah.
going to update everything tonight.
Right.
But once you have 50 to 100 people, well, now it has to go through
Rigmarole.
You have to go through systems and people.
Well, yeah, you bring HR and you can't do shit.
And almost always the founders are like, this isn't fun anymore.
Yeah.
Now, wait, we can't just
You
do
lose the spark.
Yeah, the magic that makes the thing happen, which is unfortunate, like, because how do you keep growing? How do you stay on? And yeah, it's a weird thing.
I don't know. I think the spark is the initial
Right.
phase, and then you just have to accept that the spark does fade. But hopefully, the business then just moves on and
Yeah.
thrives with just a little less sparkle.
Yeah,
Well, we all dull out.
I don't. I get more fiery every day.
Well, yeah.
I get more excited. Nothing like it was so fun today. I loved going over and invading Logan and Cheyenne's room and just
Yeah.
being like, "What are you working on?" And just
Yeah.
being like part in the mix. And like,
Yeah. Ask them if they liked it.
Logan will say he did.
I know.
What I think the biggest benefit is we still do it.
Right. That makes
And
sense.
so it's like, it's not like I'm going over to say hi to the tattooers and I didn't just finish up 5 hours of tattooing.
Right.
It's like, oh, I'm in the fucking foxhole with you.
Yeah.
I'm doing the same craft.
Yeah.
And I think as soon as that starts to fade,
That's when people.
then
yeah.
we'll feel different.
Yeah.
But right now, everybody, like, they're all looking at what I'm posting too.
Right. Right.
And they
right.
all know that I'm doing
You're
the
still a
work.
peer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for now, we're good.
Yeah. And I think that would translate into any field.
Oh,
When
absolutely.
somebody.
100%.
Yeah.
That's what, like, if I was at a tech firm and I no longer code or
I
something.
mean,
yeah.
my trainer still rides horses every single day.
Right.
And a lot of trainers don't, and for a lot of people, that is a physical thing, and I
Yeah.
totally understand that. But no, it's really cool that, like,
Well, when you hear your trainer say something,
yeah.
and even often she's riding the same horse that you're riding.
Right, exactly.
You know, so when
like,
she's
she
like,
knows, like, I know what it
Leg
feels.
on here, move this. It's like,
Exactly.
oh,
She's like, all right, his shoulder bumps out. Like, this is where you need to move your
Yeah,
leg.
yeah.
And the cool thing, actually, the coolest thing about her both riding and training is she knows what it feels like, but then she can also see me and where
Right.
I can't, some arenas have mirrors.
Right.
A lot actually
Yeah.
do. And I
Like
rode
a dance studio.
Yeah, I rode
or-
at
yeah.
a barn that in high school that had mirrors, and they're great.
Distracting.
Well, no, not even distracting. I was gonna say, as long as you have them when the horse first arrives, because if you introduce them
sense.
and the horse has been there,
I hear
well,
you.
oh my God, terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Because horses, they spook at
they
everything.
spook at
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it's so cool. But I mean, we're really good about videoing ourselves, and so
Yeah.
you do get to see the playback. But there's something about being in the moment, and like I notoriously will sort of get a little hunchback, and I do blame that on someone. I won't name names. Someone I used to ride with. But it's like every time I came around, I could see that I was starting to I really just like roll my shoulders forward.
Yeah.
If I could just see that, because you can only feel so much. Then every time I go around, I would probably, pull my shoulders back a little bit more. But all that to say, it's really nice that Courtney can see how my body is moving with the horse.
Right.
And she can see what the horse is. She just has so much more knowledge about the feel of the horse and the look of the horse and how those two things pair together to then tell me what to do to
Right.
fix it. So it's really awesome.
A thing that I've found is like, I can hear when someone is tattooing bad,
Oh.
like poorly, like from the sound of it.
Is it kind of like when someone's driving and they keep like putting on the gas, but then like sort of lifting it off and putting it on, lifting it off?
It's it's not even always louder. Sometimes it's softer. It's just like,
inconsistent.
yeah, you can hear. It's hard to explain, but
Yeah.
it's like almost slightly out of tune. And I'm like,
Okay.
I can hear that that's wrong.
That's fascinating. You never told me that.
Mm.
That's really cool. Do you feel like that's a recent?
Over the past few years,
Yeah.
just like I can walk into a room and be like, I know that's not going in well,
Oh.
just from the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fascinating. Yeah.
There's a way, if you feel someone when you're tattooing someone, you can feel the skin vibrating. Mm-hmm. And they used to call it, so like coil machines, old school machines, there's a ton of adjustments.
Yeah.
And you would call it tuning your machine.
Okay.
Like tuning your
Of
guitar.
course. Yeah.
But so it usually runs at a certain frequency, and so when it's running normally, you hear the meh, the sound it's supposed to be at, and it's not even if you hit bone and it goes wink, wink, it's not even that.
Are you actually hitting bone?
Well,
Or
no,
if you're going over like a
no,
really
you
thin area?
you never actually hit bone because the skin pushes down,
Yeah.
and so like you never go so far in that you're hitting bone,
Yeah.
but you're hitting a thinner spot
I
over
see what
top
you're
of the
saying.
bone,
Yeah.
and it sounds more aggressive.
This is the same thing with the Theragun.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, very similar.
Yeah.
But I can hear when someone's dragging an inconsistency. There's just a tone it makes. It's very hard to
Yeah,
explain.
I believe
but
it,
I
yeah.
can like walk into a room and hear someone tattooing and be like, I know that's not going in well.
And what does that mean? That they're just like, it's the wrong pressure or?
I know that they're probably either the machine is too fast or too slow, that they're not stretching the skin enough, and I can tell that it's not going in, and almost always
Interesting.
just from the sound.
Not going in, meaning it's just like scratching, barely scratching the surface.
Either you're scratching the surface or you're going like too deep and you're
Okay.
moving too fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Speaking of tuning things up,
Yeah, we're getting a tune-up now.
I'm so
Big tune-up.
excited. Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Well, I drove to Dayton twice this weekend, Saturday
Well,
and
yeah.
Sunday. But Saturday was the funnest thing about booking this tour is now we're actually getting a lot of shit fixed
What-
or updated or just doing all the things we've been talking about for a very long time and are finally doing it.
This is stuff we've talked about before in previous pods, where it's like there's a lot of stuff with the guitars we could do,
Yeah.
you know, and like I've replaced input jacks or
Right.
I've changed out different, inputs or whatever. But it's like to have a professional luthier
Yeah.
look at your guitar and then just like I tried to fix some of the buzz, but I know I need a new nut. But to install a new nut, you have to like fit it, groove it, cap the edges, sand them down, smooth
Glue
it
it.
over.
Yeah,
and
it's like a whole thing.
I'm like, yeah, I could do that, and it
Yeah.
could take 2 days of my life.
Yeah.
Because I don't
yeah.
know exactly how to do it.
Right.
Or
right.
we could pay a guy to do it
Exactly.
and save us, tons of time.
So much time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been really fun. Now that the tour is booked.
You did
Now-
a great job.
Now it's kind of the fun stuff. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, what do we need? I spent a bunch of money today on a bunch of tour clothes.
But it's also like we're getting other stuff fixed that we don't even necessarily need, but we want backups of everything.
Exactly.
So we want to make sure that it's only 13 shows,
Yeah.
which,
But it's also, we have 2 shows immediately after that too. It's actually for everything
for
coming
everything.
up.
But I think it's going to be fun for us to have a backup of everything that we have,
Yeah.
just in case. So it's like, you know what, we haven't done this in a long time. We want to be overly prepared. I want to be so prepared that it's annoying.
Yeah.
You know.
I've also been talking about, getting a case for my amp head because
Got
it
it
just has a
today.
little slip cover. And I finally just bought one.
Yeah, pull the
because I'm
trigger
really
on it.
going to want
Yeah.
it. So all of those things have just been really nice to finally say, like, okay, we're doing it. Still need to get a couple things fixed on Penelope. Going to do that soon.
Penelope the van. Yep.
People know who Penelope is now. I was explaining that to somebody at the show on Friday because we had a really good show on Friday.
Great show.
Which is super fun because everyone's always like, if they've never seen us before, they don't really know much about us. The van always comes up like, what do you guys drive? What do you drive? I'm like, well, a 2014 Chevy Express named Penelope, of course.
I have to talk shit about Friday.
Why?
So we had such a good show, and it was so fun. We had new fans. The only reason, because we did ads.
Yeah, which I'm okay with now.
I'm absolutely okay with it, but I didn't. Well, I wanted it to work, obviously.
Well, and
I wanted it to work.
yeah.
But I'm blown away.
But I was talking to my mom about it, and I'm so glad that she said this because you and I have said that, boosting something on Instagram or, doing a sponsored ad thing or something, it's like basically selling out. It's like, all right, you're just paying to play, whatever. And I sort of said that to my mom because I was telling her how the show went, and to which she forgot we had a show. And she texts me before every single show. She texts me a little champagne glass, and she says, make it count. And that's from Titanic.
That's very cute.
And that's our little inside joke thing. And she
I love
didn't
that.
text me on Friday, which I was like, you know what? My sister was visiting the next day. I knew they were busy. I didn't think anything of it. I didn't play as well, I will say that. But
Played great.
but then the next day, or maybe it was 2 days later, I was talking to her, and I mentioned that we had the show, and she's like, when did you have a show?
Yeah.
And I was like, on Friday, Mom. It was the Space Bar show. We've been fucking
Pushing
posting
it
about
for
it for
yeah.
a week. She's like, oh my God, I knew that was coming up. I didn't know when. It actually fucked her up.
Well,
Like,
because she knew it was happening.
Since I was 14 years old, 14 or 15, playing live shows, she's known exactly when I've played,
So
has
the
wished
past
me
20
luck
years.
for the past 20 years. She's known. And so it was funny because I was like, Mom, it's totally fine. Like, it was a great show, whatever, we're
Yeah.
playing a lot now. And like, I tried to move on in the conversation and
She
she
couldn't.
couldn't. Like, she like couldn't respond. She's like, I'm really sorry. I am just like really feeling weird about this. I think she had a moment where she was like an Alzheimer moment. And she was
Yeah.
like worried about herself. But
Yeah.
anyway, all that to say, I was explaining to her that we actually did have some people come to the show who saw our ad. This one guy was like, I was in bed the night before, just scrolling through Instagram.
Yeah.
And I saw your post, and I went to your page, and I listened to your music, and I said, God damn it, I'm going to the show tomorrow.
he brought people.
And he brought people, and they bought merch. It was awesome.
There were definitely there were cohorts of people that I did know, but they were like, I would not have known,
But I saw the ad.
but I saw the ad.
And so I explained that to my mom, and I was like, kind of sucks, feel like just having to pay to play now. And my mom was like, that's not it at all. She was like, you're advertising.
I think this is so much better.
Every business, every company, everybody has to advertise.
So actually, I like this though way better than it used to be a thing when I was like, sort of early 2000s. You used to have to sell a certain amount of tickets. Do you remember this?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Where it'd be like, okay, well, you need to sell 20 tickets.
Yeah, they'd give you the tickets and be like, don't bring any back.
Don't bring it back. And it was like, if you're going to play, you have to sell. They
Yeah.
would basically tell you the only way you can play this show is if you can sell X amount of tickets.
Yeah.
And that feels worse,
Yeah. Oh, I completely
right?
agree.
Than spending, and we did the math, and I think people should know the math. It was like, it cost us $115.
$105.
$105.
I think it was like, I think I ended up doing like $17 or $15 for 7 days or something. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Yeah. So, but so $105 in merch, we did 280
75 or
Yeah,
something.
275.
85, yeah.
So that increased our attendance,
Yeah.
which increased our merch sales. Not just door sales, but then that's just merch sales only.
Yeah, yeah.
So which paid for itself in dividends. So
Yeah.
and it was people in our community who now know
Right,
about us.
exactly.
Who now are going to go to every event we do in town.
Right. You're still, it's different from, a lot of bands are kind of getting in trouble right now because they've paid these companies to falsify numbers to make it look a certain way.
So we weren't paying for new followers.
We're just paying for exposure.
We paid for people in our community to see us.
Yeah.
And they did.
Soda billboards.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Soda commercials.
Like running a commercial.
It's literally just
local.
advertising.
Yeah.
And I was so glad that my mom, like, she really kind of pushed back on me, and she was like, basically, like, shut the fuck up.
No,
it's not paying to play.
yeah.
It's advertising your product.
No, I agree. I feel the
And I was
exact
like,
same.
you know what, Mom? You're totally right.
But it encourages me to do, like, so we're about to do these shows in new cities that we've
Yeah.
not been to, and I'm like, I'm totally down.
Yeah.
To just push a little bit, see what happens.
Just
and
get
then-
it out there. Be like,
then
hi,
build
this is
it.
us.
Yeah, because otherwise, how are people going to see it?
They're not. Especially nowadays that's just how these
What I'm like,
platforms, these algorithms work. You just
know?
have to. And you know what? It's a business.
we're going.
They should feel free to, what?
We're going to uncharted land. We might need
Some capital.
some capital.
All right, Cristobal. Oh my God. Do you want to try the thing I was talking about to end the pod?
Wait, what was it again?
It's so dumb, and I don't know if it's going to work. I saw a
Yes.
stupid video because I went down a rabbit hole the other day of stupid videos, but
Yeah.
God damn it, were they making me laugh. And you basically blow out all the air
Yeah,
that you
let's do it.
have.
This is how we're gonna end.
And then you
This is
try
the
and
end.
then you try to scream as loud as you can.
Yeah,
Who wants to go first?
So you have to explain it to me. You
Like
have to
basically
blow out.
get it all out, get it all
Yeah.
out. And then you try and yell ah!
Should we both do it at the same
No,
time?
no, no. I think we should do it separately because if it's anything like I saw, everyone has a very different reaction.
Okay, I can go first.
So really,
you're
really get
supposed
it all out,
So-
and then before you breathe in, just try to scream.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna try and breathe out. Breathing in. No, that's crazy.
Can you not?
You can't
okay.
do no.
Okay, my
I
turn.
can't at all.
You
I can't.
hardly made a noise.
I can't at all.
Okay, now I'm scared. Okay.
I tried to get everything out. All right. She's breathing out. She's breathing out. She's breathing out. Okay, a little
Yeah,
squeak.
yeah, a little squeak.
I couldn't
Okay.
get anything. I
Yeah,
tried to
you
breathe
were
out
nothing.
completely.
Yeah.
But I was focused on breathing
Interesting.
out everything
I'll
possible.
have to find some clips because some people's were funny. They're like,
Yeah.
I think some people probably leave a little bit of air in there, and so they get a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you can't scream if you don't have air.
No. Well, there's probably a sci-fi movie about that.
Oh God, I don't think I need to see that.
All right.
Yeah.
And you can't scream.
Without air. Whatever that means.